Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. I know it's been a few days since I've actually uploaded, but more importantly, it's been a few days since you actually seen, Konami's pre-E3 show and the promised, new news about PES 2014. So in all honesty, in my opinion, there's a reason why I didn't really upload straight after, the pre-E3 show, and that's because the information that we received in the pre-E3 show, we already knew what it was, so that's why I haven't really uploaded anything for the past. That's why I haven't really uploaded anything about the pre-E3 show. I shouldn't say that's why I haven't uploaded for the past couple of days, but I was intending, I had my hopes up that, they were going to release some new information. There is one thing I can say that they did relatively well, and that's that they actually showed us, a few minutes of motion capture from the actual game. Showing us how the physics will work, showing us how the new, mass integrated feature will work. Showing us, the movement, showing us, how the ball will be a completely separate factor, from the player. So now, making it so that now you are able to do a lot more than you were in previous PES games. For all you guys who didn't see, Konami's pre-E3 show and specifically, I suppose, their PES release, I'm going to show you guys the beginning 1 minute of it simply because that's the only part that I feel like anybody should need to watch, because the rest they're just pretty much going in depth into things we already know. But the first minute just shows all the features that are going to be implemented into the new game. So I just want to show you guys the first minute.
The goal of PES 2014 is to capture the true essence of football. To accomplish this, we have created a new game engine to innovate and transform gameplay. We have been developing this new engine over the course of the last few years. We call the system centered around the new engine Fluidity. The name is derived from our analysis of total football, which is characterized by fluid, constant switching of positions. It was inspiring. Originally based on the Fox engine, this new engine was created exclusively for this football game. The images it will create are much higher quality than have ever been seen before in a sports game, utilizing many new elements, which I will introduce in a moment. Our new engine is able to achieve a whole new approach to the game. The 6 elements of the new engine are True Ball Tech, Mass, PES ID, Team Play, Heart, and the Core.
Alright, so that was that. So, most of you guys, or the ones that follow PES pretty heavily, will understand why I wasn't too, I suppose, pleased with Konami's pre-E3 show. But that is understandable. That was just a pre-E3 show, and E3 is only 2 days away. And in E3, we definitely should see some gameplay. Some actual gameplay, not just motion capture. So with that being said, I probably am going to do a video straight after, Konami's demo. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave a link to the full-length video in the description, as well as the new FIFA 14 trailer that got released, and a bit about that. I just want to give you guys a quick explanation on where I stand on FIFA. FIFA is definitely a good game, but it's a game that I have no interest in before it's released. Because generally when it comes to FIFA, for the past 4 years, there hasn't been any significant, I should say, improvements to the game. If anything, if I was to upload the trailer, I would upload it alongside, every other trailer from FIFA 10 all the way up to FIFA 14, just to show you guys the differences, which are extremely minute. So that's pretty much where I stand on FIFA. I didn't really buy it this year simply because I felt like PES this year was a good enough game that I could actually play and enjoy. I probably will be buying it this year along with the next generation consoles, but I'm just not that excited for it. You could say that simply because FIFA, might have reached such a, high pinnacle of gameplay that there's not really much to improve about the game. But I highly doubt that there is no perfect game. If anything, I would say this year FIFA had a lot more issues, when it came to its release and everything than PES did. So I don't really see the justification not to improve the game that much. When it comes to PES, the pre-E3 show, we already knew, I suppose, 90% of the news that was said or released, I should say. I'm using air quotes here, but that was released in the pre-E3 show. We already knew 90% of it. And also, just before I go, just a little quick mention. I'm also going to leave, I suppose, 2 other links in the description, and they're both to the new option files. There's been a v3.4 and a 0.5 that's been released. I know a lot of people have been having issues with their teams, some of their teams being incorrect and some of the players from those teams missing. And the v3.5 patch does fix that. So if you guys have any issues with, I know Bruce Doma is the one that comes up a lot because they are, I suppose, a good team, so a lot of people do use them, so they are like the most noticeable in terms of missing players. So I would advise you guys to download the v3.5 patch if you guys want to fix that, and the 0.4 adds a couple of new faces and improves the faces, so you guys might as well download that as well. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am when it comes to E3. It's only a couple of days away. The link to the FIFA trailer and the link to the full, pre-E3 show is in the description, along with 2 other patches which are, I suppose, highly needed because it does fix a lot of team issues that was created from the latest update. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this video was of some benefit to you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.